Stop chasing. Listen, what's going on today? I have another video for you on reversals. Okay, we're going to stay in this pocket for a little bit because at this juncture in the market, it is extremely important to be able to identify when something is changing directions. Okay, so the other day we went over hammers, right? Inverted hammers, normal hammers, and how each of them pretty much do the same thing when they are at the end of an up or a down move. Okay, what we're going to talk about today are engulfings. All right, engulfings are very important. These let you know that something is getting ready to change. All right, now where something is positioned always tells the story about what it is. So, as it pertains to a reversal, we want to see engulfings that are bearish at the top of an up move. We want to see engulfings that are bullish at the bottom of a down. All right, let's get into it. So I'm just going to show you guys a quick example of how we use this week. I'll go into a few other examples, but for this particular example, it was Apple and it was a bullish engulfing. Again, we want to see the bullish engulfing at the end of a pullback or a down move to let us know that it is ready to go into the opposite direction. So starting off with the bullish engulfing, we have one sitting right here that engulf inside of a bull flag. Now, this is also a head and shoulders. So when you are lucky enough to get two patterns inside of the same setup, that's when you know it's going to be a very explosive move. In this particular situation, we had the left shoulder, the right shoulder, and then we had the head right here. So this is an inverted head and shoulder, right? But if we're looking at it from this perspective, it's also a bull flag, all right? And this bull flag formed off of a bounce in this order block right here. So we got three things going on right now that say that this one to go up. Already a lot of confluence. Now we just need confirmation. So here we go. We got a engulfing candle right here, right? We got, this is a green. Let me actually cut the strat off so that you guys are not seeing the strat. You are seeing the colors for what they are, okay? So you see we got this green engulfing candle, right? A bullish engulfing is simply a bullish candle that engulfs the previous candle. But again, we don't want to just see bullish engulfings in random parts of the chart. We want to see them in the midst of setups. This is where a lot of beginner traders get things mixed up. They're like, oh, well, I was told that if I see these two candlesticks together, then it means this. But you're missing context, right? It's always important to keep context. All right, you gotta keep the context. All right. If you don't have the context, then you are going to wind up making some very, very detrimental mistakes. All right. So context. We got a pullback right here, right? That's what a bull flag is. It's an up move and then a pullback. And then we got the confirmation showing that it did want to break out of this flag. And as you can see, we wrote target 1, target 2, and target 3 or final target. And as you can see, all of the targets were hit, right? All of the targets were hit. This was a beautiful setup, a beautiful play. And again, yes, it had the inverse head and shoulders. Yes, it had the bull flag. But what was it? It was the reversal confirmation from the bullish engulfing that made all of this happen. All right? So a bullish engulfing is when a bullish candle engulfs the previous candle. But remember, when you see bullish engulfings, make sure that you have other support or other confluences and you're using the bullish engulfing as the icing on a cake. All right? All right, so here's an example of a bearish engulfing, okay? This bearish engulfing on Meta had a really good drop, all right? And I'm gonna show you how that worked. So the previous one was a bullish engulfing. I just showed you Apple. Now we're gonna look at how something can go down. And again, I said you wanna find these at the end of an up move because we're looking for reversal signals. We don't need to see this in the middle of traffic. We don't need to see this, randomly on the chart. We wanna see it at the end of some sort of upward momentum move, right? So we got the upward momentum and then we got the momentum slowed right here at this bearish order block. For those that don't know what a bearish order block is, go check out my order block video. But simply put, it's where institutions want to sell. That's a bearish order block. A bullish order block, which is this green thing down here, is where institutions want to buy. Okay, so again, we're making our way up, and then we have this candle right here that engulfs the previous candle. And not only is it engulfing the previous candle, but it's engulfing it after an up move add an order block at the top of the Bollinger Band, which is enough confluence for us to know that this is ready to reverse and come down. Okay? And this is just what it did. We got 1-2 consecutive days of it coming down. This probably would have been more than 100% play from entering right at this engulf. Okay? So what you can do is just try to, take a stock that you already trade and try to find as many of these as you can just to kind of see how they behave on your favorite stocks. Again, we're talking about reversals, so we want to see the stock trend in a direction and then form one of these. Trend up and then form a bearish engulfing. Trend down and then form a bullish engulfing. Or it can go up and then pull back like we just saw on Apple with the bull flag and then have the bullish engulfing for the confirmation to break out of that pattern. All right. So on retest, we like them. And on change of directions from a downtrend or uptrend, we like them. Bullish or bearish, we need the engulfing to be the opposite of the direction that it's been going in for that short term. All right. Very simple. These are going to save your life. These are going to be the things that give you that confirmation that, okay, this does want to go in another direction. These are high probability setups, and the likelihood of them moving pretty quickly is very high, right? A lot of times this works out in the first day or two. So if you're swinging this, you should see, profits within that first week. Okay, guys, here's a bonus. All right. Now, this is going to make you think a little bit. Now, we got the trend up right here on MRK. As you can see, we caught a bull flag right here. We knew that eventually it was going to make its way up. It didn't make it up immediately, but it eventually did make it up to the exact target that we drew way back here. Okay. So the reason that I say this is going to make you think a little bit is because this is where you use your critical thinking skills to try to determine what the next move could possibly be. Now, if this is reversing right here in a bearish order block, it has the potential to form a reversal pattern or a reversal confirmation. Now, if we open up a little bit higher tomorrow on MRK, then this could possibly fall and create a what? A bearish engulfing. All right. If we close with a bearish engulfing on MRK, this would actually be a really beautiful opportunity to swing it to the downside. All right. I must also say that this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is purely for entertainment purposes only. All right. If you are interested in getting into any play that I discuss on my channel, just know that I'm not advising you to do so, and you are doing so on your own merit, right? You are doing so using your own brain and using due diligence to research thoroughly the stock or security in which we are discussing. All right. I hope this video was helpful. It's very simple. Look for bullish engulfings at the end of down moves. Look for bearish engulfings at the end of up moves. Look for them on pullbacks. Okay. Those three locations are going to let them serve as confirmations, making the chances of you profiting soon very likely. Appreciate you guys. It's always love over here. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you go ahead and do so. Okay. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And I cannot wait to see you guys in subsequent videos. Also, if you're looking for a trading home, the Prosperity Collective is the way. Okay. Check the link in the description of all my videos. Hit the link, go read the testimonial, see what people just like you are doing, and then make the decision when you're ready. Okay. No pressure. Also, you got to remember this, right? Got to remember this. Invest smart, live free. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.